how's it going today, guys? Today is my 6 months review of this car. Enjoyed every single minute of it. So right now I'm driving. Can't really hear anything. So we're going to talk about some of the things I love about this car. Well, of course, one, eliminating gas, of course. And everything else, of course, you're going to hear cars talk to itself. Of course, everything. But yeah, so this is my 6 month review of this car. Everything's going pretty well. Haven't had it since November 6th. Put about 4,200 miles on it. Don't really drive much. Other than that, this car has been pretty much a lifesaver. Everything's going pretty well. Haven't had any issues. The one thing I'm going to say is I have not put gas in this car since I got the vehicle. The only gas that's still in it is the one that the dealership gave to me. Everything like that's been pretty well. I'm averaging roughly over 400 miles to the gallon according to the car. Still have a quarter. So yeah, it hasn't cost me more than probably about $3. We'll get to more of the details about it later on when I get back home. As you can see, it's pretty quiet. All I hear is really road noise. Once I get to a safe spot to stop, I'll show you all the cool features I have added on this car. We'll get right back to it. Alright, so here's some of the features I like. So you can see I'm averaging 39, but I did have it once up to 41. I'll show a picture of that on the screen right about now. So yeah, I haven't put gas in this thing at all. So here's this Sync 3. I have iOS 13 beta, so looks a little bit different. All that fun stuff. So let's go into here. So I've used Forescan to add a couple things, like these guys right here. The seats were never actually there, only the steering wheel. You can hear it. That's the only noise you really hear out of this car is the fan. Now we're gonna go on to some of the other things I've added. So let's get out of the car. Audio may trip out a little bit. So the one thing I have added is when I do my signal, instead of 3, I have it 5 times instead of 3, which I use for Forescan. I got my laser detector, dash cam, and all that fun stuff, lights, because I just feel like it. So also what I've done is when I'm driving at night, is the corresponding side fog lamp turns on when the signal is put on. I'll show you with this side how it works. There you see, the fog lamp is on. My turn signal is on. Turn this off before I drain myself even more. As you see, this has always happened every time I pull up. I'll show one trip where I got some good stuff. One thing I say I don't like about this car is, of course, trunk space. I only get like 9 cubic feet. Wondering what that switch is for my reverse lights. I can turn them on or off, or to reverse only. Those were the ones I added back down here. We're gonna turn them on. They're on. And as you probably saw when I was pulling the vehicle out, it was on as well. Kind of in a noisy spot. what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back inside and we're gonna look at some of the logistics I have for this car. Alright guys, we are back. So now we're going to talk about logistics of this car. So here we see what you get with the car is My4 Mobile, which is both included on your phone or on desktop. You can remote start it, lock it, with all that fun stuff. Know where it is, tells you all the stuff you have here. Nice thing is these charge settings. So you can set you know, the lovely departure times and everything if you want to. So it's kind of like a Tesla almost, where you can start programming, hey, to preheat or to cool the cabin. But it only works if your thing is plugged into the wall. Your go times will only work, so you can set it, you know, all this fun stuff. Charge locations, you can, like, it has names for everything, like I have it for mine, and all other locations where you have charge. Value charge profiles are nice. So basically what it is value charge allows you to determine when the vehicle will charge. So say like overnight, it will charge the last few hours of the night. It won't start charging. Or if your go time, say like you plug your car in at 1 p.m., but your go time is set for 3:45, it will start charging an hour before that or earlier to get you the most charge for your, or you could just have it where it just charges now. But you can also always change it right here or on the app. Just gives it a minute. As you can see, mine shows 38, but I technically got 39. Also, my driving, so here's mine. Of course, I drive efficiently just the way I do everything. So, everything's like this. Like, you can select everything. Like, average and all that fun stuff. Month. So I've saved enough to save, apparently, since I'm not using gas. It tells you all the fun things, gallons saved, all that fun stuff. Achievements, like I have a whole bunch of these. Like, I'll show you some of the ones I've gotten. Like, I've gotten, this one's my favorite, basically without a single drop of gas being used. 500 miles, 1 ton, Tale of the Lonely Gas Station. It's always so fun. So yeah, you can see everything, all that fun stuff. So since I have a home charger, I have ChargePoint, which I can see everything. ChargePoint is usually your best bet. Problem is, oh, I don't have them with me, but give me 2 seconds and I'll come right back. So, one thing is, what I will say is there are multiple different charging networks around here. As I'll pull out a couple of mine, or more, if I could find my other ones I have. This is just hilarious how many of these I have accumulated. I'm thinking I'm missing one, but no, I'm actually not. So that's the one thing I will say is these guys will tell you everything, like connection types and all that fun stuff. Also, one good one is PlugShare. They tell you all of them. They'll show, blink, all that fun stuff. But yeah, this is the problem I run to in every time. This is the life of an EV owner. I got ChargePoint, Blink, and EVgo, all right here. These are all my cards to use. Some places are cheap, some places aren't. I know for a fact that Blink is one of the most expensive ones. I've seen some rates of like 3 cents per 30 seconds. I don't know if that was a typo or anything like that. But, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. But I guess it's based on whoever owns it. So here's a little example of what I've kind of done. So this was my previous car. We'll zoom in here. Too far. So bought both cars. There's prices. Those were the MSRPs on both. There was a $9,000 incentive for my car that I have now because it was a lease program. Originally, it was like going to be like $340 a month, but I paid for an insurance, which is pretty good for not much that. So I'm using my numbers are based off of what Ford's saying based on a 22 average MPG car. So I'm going to use some of these numbers. Also, I can use some of mine from my stats. Like I'll use this for mine. So we're gonna go here. So yeah, so 179 gallons. So this is based on what my current car has. 2 different MPGs. Cost over 6 months worth of gas at what it is now in Dallas is $2.59 a gallon. Maintenance, that's some things I have done. Electric use, I've used 1,000 kilowatts. Now it would be based on, this is based off of my electric usage or electric plan, so it's 14 cents per kilowatt, but that's just the plan that we have. It's the solar days, free nights. So technically, I really only have used about, I've only really cost me about $3, but that's just for total costs to make it look good in here, or to show what it would really cost. Cost per miles, of course, different. 3 cents per mile is really freaking good. Total cost between the cars, this is everything like that. I don't know why I included the payments, but you know, it's something. So yeah, savings between the two, 4,000, roughly about almost $750 a month in savings. Most of that's from gas because it's like $60 plus that, and plus not having to deal with all that other stuff. But if it wasn't for incentives, I wouldn't have this car. I'll show some other things I have. But yeah, what I was talking about with the mods I've done is using this guy. ForScan is compatible with any vehicle. That's Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury. You can do things, all that fun stuff. It's insanely crazy how much you can do to this. It's like you could change like certain things of your car, delete and everything off of these things. So if what you have to do is sign up for their form and everything, like you can go here, like here I can do this, like you can go in here. It's crazy, all that fun stuff. These are all crazy, but yeah, you could change things like the lights I have now and everything. So yeah, that's everything about this car. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see if I have another one coming up for it, but other than that, hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.